Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. When we feel we are powerless, our ego most wants to change the things in our world. When we feel we are powerless, our ego most wants to change the things in our world. As we realize we have the power to change our reality, the maturity that comes with that understanding changes us. And we find ourselves in acceptance of what is with less desire of feeling, our need to change the world around us. Greg Braden. The feeling of bliss is something that we all deserve to experience. There are so many distractions in this world that we often forget that it's an option to experience. The state of bliss is one that can only be accessed when the mind is quiet, centered, and resting within itself. Once you can train the mind to find stillness, many doors will open for you. You will be able to feel the state of bliss whenever you want and wherever you are. It will be as natural to you as breathing. The experience of stillness can be found by focusing the mind on one particular object, such as a candle flame, a dot on the wall, or the rise and fall of your breath. These concentration techniques lead one into the experience of stillness, serving as a taxi service. Yet when you arrive at the actual destination of bliss, you ditch the taxi. When you can get the mind to completely stop all motion, movement, it is the most amazing experience of all. There is this space of unbounded consciousness where the mind is set aside. You are completely alert, alive, and very still inside. It is this total stillness of the mind that you realize the core of your being is the source of bliss. With some practice of concentration on being still, one day you will drop deep inside your being and become the playful witness of your divinity. Before you begin meditating, I have one small piece of advice for you. Be patient. This is about retraining your body to totally let go and relax. Once the body is relaxed, then the mind will soon follow. It's important to not try to control the mind, nor let it get out of control. Meditation is a state of equanimity where everything just is the way it is. As you explore your experience, remain curious with what you encounter. Do not let the mind judge your process, nor get attached to what your meditation should be like. Any sign of impatience is a signal to let go on a deeper level and surrender to life. However long it takes you to quiet your mind, chatter, is exactly how long it will take you. It's like your mind is a moving train on a train track that has never stopped. Once you stop fueling the engine, eventually, it will slow down and stop. However long it takes for it to stop completely is exactly how long that train will take. Your mind is no different in any way. The secret here is to let go of all your shoulds and shouldn'ts about meditation. Simply relax into whatever experience you are having, knowing it is the right experience for this moment. Explore each experience of your life with total openness and curiosity. Now, roughly there's 7 essential steps which will help you along this spiritual journey and find this divine, effortless place inside. Just remember that you are truly an amazing being, divinely intelligent and powerful, no matter who you think you are. You need not leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. You need not even listen. Simply wait. You need not even wait. Just learn to become quiet, still, and solitary. This world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no other choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. Franz Kafka. Now the first step, 1 out of 7, which many on this planet have not come to that point. Remember, this is not a race. It's not about winning or finishing. Embrace the God source. What is happening now is the God source, and it is showing up for us as the existence. Now your mind is going to have some very limiting ideas of what God is, yet do not pay attention to the mind. Just welcome and embrace this entire existence and welcome everything that is here now. Doing this is tricky, yet if you can open your heart to the God source, it will give you a fragrance and a feeling of indescribable bliss. The very moment you embrace the God source is when bliss begins. A powerful light feeling enters your body. The very instant you say yes to the ever-present divine isness, suddenly all your mind chatter and problems are gone when you discover the sweet, sacred, loving presence, which is always here now. When you find yourself feeling connected with it, all you'll feel is total love, bliss, abundance, and joy. Creating a relationship with the God source, it's like creating a relationship with anyone or anything. You may at first have some hesitation, fears, or walls protecting your heart. Just remember that the God source is all loving and deeply eternal bliss. If and when you encounter resistance to embracing the God source and are up in your head about it, or don't believe that existence is divine intelligence in its nature, then look at the story and judgment you have inside. Notice if you have any old anti-religious programming from your past. Step out of the judgment and step into life's most amazing spiritual exploration. Breathing in this connection to this divine intelligence is like fire that burns through the mind's illusions. And in an instant, you're in a state of meditation. Whatever you have trouble accepting in this life is a teacher, here to push you deeper towards the God source. By embracing and welcoming everything that is, you just discovered the essential key to releasing all suffering and entering the land of unending bliss. Now, second step, out of 7. Allow yourself to be exactly the way you are. Most of us are constantly trying to change ourselves. Every split second, we're always finding fault with ourselves. This isn't right, or that's not right, or I want this better, or that better. What does it feel like to know that you are perfect, whole, and complete, exactly as you are, especially with all your human faults and issues? You are just as you should be. Your life is exactly the way it needs to be for your highest growth and potentiality. Do you sense the relief in having this understanding? What if every single belief you have about you is also perfect as it is? Doesn't mean you need to hold on to them. Quite the contrary. When you let go of your judgments and beliefs about you and can welcome all your parts with an open heart, you can forgive yourself for your judgments and love your life as it is right now. The deeper you can relax into the feeling of self-acceptance, the more enjoyable just sitting in stillness becomes. Self-acceptance always makes one feel loved, relaxed, and at ease. Don't you want more of this in your life? You can totally accept yourself as you are now. It only creates a trickle-down effect of lightness in your life. As you practice allowing yourself to be at peace with all your shortcomings and faults, you start living a life of laughter, lightness, and love. Depending on how long you've been avoiding or ignoring certain issues in your life, the longer it may take you to actually train yourself to relax the body and quiet the mind. At the very moment you let go of your self-criticism and become infinitely patient and accepting of yourself the way you are, a completely overflowing abundance of relaxation and energy will flow into you. When you stop all efforting to try and fix, improve, and change yourself in any way, you can relax into your divine nature. From here, you can truly take a good deep look inside you and discover the blissful essence, which is who and what you truly are as a soul. The day you have accepted all parts of you, something very magical happens. Your first real taste of unbounded freedom and unlimited potentiality is unleashed. To find this blissful state of being today, simply look inside at what you cannot accept about you and welcome it with open arms. And the third step in the 7, explore everything with a childlike state of wonder. You ever notice, without judgment, how many of us are so darn serious? Well, we were taught that, right? We were pre-programmed that. This life is serious. This is a serious situation. This is a serious relationship. Are you going to take me seriously? Dive into each experience with a state of curiosity and wonder. When you're full of wonder, your life simply becomes wonderful. There is a childlike presence deep inside you who loves to laugh, play, and enjoy the exploration of this life in every way. When you are serious about anything in this life, you are missing it. Life is grand when you let your innocence shine through. as you practice being childlike, not childish, but childlike. A lot of people misinterpret that. You're not being childish. You practice being childlike. You'll find that you have all the time that you need to do whatever you want to do in this life. And everything you do choose to do becomes an exploration of the divine. This is the state of divine curiosity, where you can easily dance your way through any serious problems that may arise in the adult mind. By remaining curious, you cannot get upset again. You can only stay open to exploring the next possible experience that is coming your way. Practice a self-inquiry. Self-inquiry stops the mind in its tracks and puts you on the road to blissville. This is done by asking yourself questions like, who am I, really? To whom are these thoughts coming to? What is having this experience right now? Who is creating this interpretation of this experience right now? Who is experiencing this breath in this body? Where is the source of this thought coming from? When you turn your attention in and focus on these questions, you eventually bring the mind back to the God source by noticing how your mind responds to these questions. Can create a deeper answer inside of you to the ancient, enlightening question of why are we here? When you're ready to take on a deeper state of bliss in this life and be free on all levels, then you are ready to practice self-inquiry. The more you practice having no attachment to getting it and continuously practice diving into these questions all day and night long, you will soon wake up to an experience of bliss like nothing you've ever known before. Know you are a divine spiritual being without boundaries. And most of us, we honestly believe that we have boundaries. This is one simple understanding. This one simple understanding will transform your life forever. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feeling or your body. You are also not your income, job, relationships, or lack of all of the above. You are much bigger than all of this. You are a soul that is beyond time, space, and has no real boundaries. The mind will not give you the truth. It is too small of a container. Do not buy into the mind, nor participate in its judgments and drama. When you are relaxed in your body, you find it is your home base. And you stop living up in your head. When you take time to be still, totally present to the body, to your home base, present to the body, you'll discover the state of spiritual bliss is already here in your heart. Notice how your body is breathing for you right now. Follow it. Listen to your breath giving you life. This will take you into the experience of finding the bliss that is always within your spiritual nature. If you're demanding or trying too hard have a certain experience, then you're cutting yourself off from having this one and completely missing the ever-flowing river of consciousness. It is simple and effortless to know yourself as a spiritual being. Just let yourself relax deeper inside than you ever have before. Don't buy in to the ego mind's tempering. Don't buy in to the ego mind's thoughts. Surrender to the experience that is arising right now. Surrender is the ultimate key to finding bliss. We are imprisoned in the present moment for an eternity. Your body cannot escape the now. The mind pretends it can and tries to jump into the past and future by dreaming about them. Yet the truth always contains you here. The moment you surrender to any internal battle in the mind and be present to the now, you'll notice the issue simply disappears. Now, if and when you are having trouble surrendering, let your greatest fear arise in you. Face it directly. See if your fear is coming from a fear of loss or a fear of separation from the source. Follow the fear back until you reach the source where it came from. The meditative mind doesn't participate in such illusions because it is not attached to anything. It knows each experience of this life will come and go. The moment you stop trying to make something happen, the moment you stop trying to make something happen, then bliss happens to you, for you. If whatever you're doing to try and surrender doesn't work, then do the opposite of what didn't work before. The more you can simply let go, let God, and simply be, the easier it becomes to find the source of infinite riches within you. The greatest meditators blend heaven and earth at all times. They surrender to both ideas of heaven and hell, and within each moment they find true peace. They have a deeper knowingness that they are always connected to an infinite source of love and goodness inside. Their roots of relaxation into this source deepen and one day grow into wings of spiritual freedom. Their roots of relaxation into this source deepen and one day grow into wings of spiritual freedom. Whenever you practice sitting in silence and perhaps experience an increasing feeling of anxiety, discomfort, or pain, go with it. Surrender to the core of it. Find out what is at the core, and you can then release it from your body with the breath. It's best to remain centered in the core of your being and integrate your experiences as they arise, rather than get lost in the phenomena they produce. Surrender is total victory for the soul, and it is your job to enjoy the ride. And the sixth step of the 7, watch the mind vigilantly. This moment contains an entire universe of ideas, and they are showing up faster than you can follow them. The mind cannot keep up with the moment. There is too much happening in this now moment to be contained or controlled by the mind. The mind is a very small vessel compared to the vastness of existence. It is only through stepping back from the mind can you experience the whole universe and its amazing divine quality. Stepping back from the mind means leaving the mind alone. Now we know the mind is slippery, so you must be very vigilant with it and aware of its manipulative agendas. The mind can get caught in very subtle moments of the past and future. When you are totally in the moment, you will see that there truly is no mind, and only a pure awareness remains. When you're sitting and being silent, being open to everything and resisting nothing, this enlightening process happens in an instant. The day your mind is completely at peace, when it has absolutely no worries, no concerns, or agendas at all. Notice what is here. There is an untainted being who is eternally present. It is the river of consciousness in this existence, fully alive and awake. Be aware that any striving, trying, reaching, efforting, and entertaining any overachiever mindset will stop all bliss from flowing in. Meditation is the simple experience of watching the mind and resting in your very essence, your innermost core. This is what makes this ordinary experience of this life so rich and full. This divine ordinariness is what the experience of meditation truly is about. And 7 in the 7. Always, always, always be super gentle with yourself. Gentleness is the golden key to developing a permanent state of bliss. No matter what occurs in your life, always be extremely gentle with yourself, especially if this is your first attempt at living a spiritual life. If you ever get lost in the journey, great. This is a process of awakening, and your chance to lose your old self again and again and again until you find that you are nothingness itself again. When you have gentleness, you have love. If you can't be gentle with yourself for more than 30 seconds, it's okay. You've been stuck in the habit of letting the mind control you. Pull back on the reins of the mind. Tell it to relax. And be patient with yourself. You have an infinite amount of time to get it right. Do you think we're ever going to run out of time as the guides we are? No. We have an infinite amount of time to get it right. Always encourage yourself to be extra gentle with you when dealing with feelings of guilt shame, and self-blame. Make the commitment to yourself that you will be gentle with you no matter what happens. And hey, you are the most important person in your life. You deserve this gift. When you are 100% gentle with yourself, you merge with your past, present, and future. And at this point, blissfulness simply takes over. If you have trouble relaxing into this gentleness, imagine a warm, gentle light entering in through your toes and then moving all the way up your legs, torso, chest, neck, arms, hands, head, and finally all throughout your body. Breathe in and out, slowly repeating this affirmation. Breathe in and out, slowly repeating this affirmation. I am safe. I am loved. All is well in my world. I am safe. I am loved. All is well in my world. Let these words sink deeply into your body. Allow any calming energy to grow and spread to the areas of tension. Give yourself permission to absorb feelings of relaxation and dissolve the stress that arises in the body and mind. This process will breed great gentleness in your life and carry you over and through the many challenges yet to come. You've been here before. You were born, and you'll be here after you are dead. Mind has a very limited existence, very momentary. One day it comes, another day it's gone. You are forever. Have some experience of your foreverness. But that is possible only through no mind. No mind is another name for meditation. Osho. This is the process that this civilization has connected with. Some don't know. They don't know. Others, kind of something. They know they're feeling something. And then others, hook, line, and sinker, are within. It's difficult with the ego mind to perceive that, well, it's the opposite of what we've been taught. Surrender. Face everything and anything that you are afraid of within you. And let it pass through you. Running and chasing and running and chasing and having and wanting and having and wanting and gripping and taking and having and gripping and taking and holding and gripping is not the way. That's the ego mind. Sitting back, dropping deep within you, and embracing the God that you are, then relaxes the body, the mind, and everything just free floats. And then you find things just coming to you. What do you think is the more powerful of this? And this is a real good question to contemplate. Are you more powerful engaging in physical combat, destruction, hatred, anger, frustration, distrust, worry, stress, fear, greed, power, manipulation? Or are you more powerful to surrender? See, eventually the civilization will be able to just detune massive armies, starship invasions, just by understanding and embracing the God that you are within that body, understanding who and what you are. It's not a difficult question. We are omnipotently powerful supreme beings in these bodies that never die. We are master supreme manifestors, which means that we can create anything that we want. This is a massive shift for this civilization, because we've all believed the opposite for a very, very, very long time. We believe that we aren't deserving. So then what happens? You're not deserving. We believe that we are powerless. So what happens? We are powerless. We believe that we are ugly, unacceptable, unwanted, unloved, unappreciated. And therefore, you create it. How can any of us doubt that we are supreme manifesting beings? How can anybody doubt that? Well, just look on the flip side of everything that you deem through the ego mind of what's wrong with you. Now, when you accept you exactly as you, and you let go of the mind, you leave the mind and ego alone. It's just like you go, okay, guys, I'm not going to engage you. I want to learn about you. I want to learn about how you operate. So therefore, I can master you and you can help me. Okay? We have all of our switches or buttons, right? You can visualize this, and just floating out there, we have this panel, and it's got all these buttons. And all the buttons are red, which means they're the opposite polarity of who and what we are. So one little bit at a time, we go, wow, this one I'm going to turn green. So you just flick it and it turns green. And you begin to turn them all green. And you do this because of discovery. You discover that the ego mind is a horrible master and a wonderful slave. You understand that you are perfect just the way you are, and you embrace that. What do these things do? You surrender to it. You're no longer concerned about that stuff. You fall into the understanding that I am the God. Literally. So I have no ego mind that causes me to worry, stress, and fear about what others think of me, how they view me, what they say about me. It doesn't bother you, genuinely. You're in a state of bliss with the God that you are. And you could get a group of aware ones, and they could focus very clearly on one thing, just one thing. How they want this planet to be, or how they want the civilization to be. And they focus on that without interruption, without ego-mind intervention, just fluidly flowing with it, letting it go, and it will begin manifesting. You have a whole army, as far as I can see, bristling with all kinds of advanced weapons. And then you look at this army, and you put out one thought, one manifestation. And the army disbands. This is true power. This is true power in the universe and the universes. This is what we're on a journey to discover. And of course, you know, those who are influenced by the ego mind, they would say, well, that's just silly. You're going to stand and you look at this massive army and you're going to disband them. Yes. They'll lose all the ability of what they thought they were fighting for. They won't know what it was. They'll find themselves totally disillusioned and lost, without anger, without pain, without sorrow, without greed, without ego mind. But we aren't there yet. So we view things, and we manifest things to assist us to eliminate the pure evil from the planet. And what you do is you embrace it. I'm not saying literally, but you embrace the understanding. Where there's light, there's dark. Where there's dark, there's light. The yin and the yang, the balance. When you understand something, I mean, truly understand it, right? You're much more able to shift it, influence it, direct it, because you've literally embraced it and walked through it. And you look at the hatred, the pain, and the sorrow, and the suffering on this planet, and it's only coming from love under pressure with these ones because they're confused and they really don't understand who and what they are. But as you step further out from the ego mind and you relax the body and the mind and you fall into the arms of the God that you are, you begin to realize really, really, truly with clarity how absolutely silly all that's going on this planet is. It's almost, you know, without judgment. You're watching, remember. And so it's almost as if you've got pure evil and you've got light, and they're playing in a sandbox. Big sandbox, right? And they have toys and shovels and buckets. And the pure evil is only wanting, 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 and wanting. And the pure light is always wanting, wanting, and wanting, sharing and helping. Pure evil is controlling and destroying. Pure light is freedom, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence. You see the huge difference there? We create a life of bliss, which starts off within us. This bliss expands beyond the ego mind, in front and center, around us, above us, and below us, and continues to expand. It affects everything. Pure evil is death and destruction, manipulation, dishonesty. That's how they are. Which one do you choose? So in the quietness of this, the quiet phase of this meditation, focus on nothing and just be and listen to your breath. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath, slowly in through the nose, and an easy breath slowly out from the mouth. Remain still. Let go of all ambitious thoughts. Something quite liberating naturally occurs when you stop living in ambition. When you let go of trying to get somewhere better than here now, a deep relaxation enters your body. In this relaxed, open-minded space, you can see and feel the infinite field of magical possibilities that exist in you. Ambition deeply disturbs your inner peace. But just for today, let it go and practice letting in more love. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night. And we will return here in the following morning. We will return here Monday, April 3rd, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call.